Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead, and it's time for a tiny house update for April. Now, before we get started, we haven't gotten as much done as I'd hoped we would because we entered into a job where they basically said, AP cut down a bunch of trees to clear out the power lines. You guys can come take as much as you want, and literally, that's what we've been doing non-stop. So you add in a couple breakdowns, a couple saws broke down, broke Dad's log splitter and other stuff with the grass growing and stuff. We just haven't been able to get that much done, but I think you'll be impressed with the things we did. So let's go check out the tiny house. So as you can clearly see, we've been in full construction mode down here, tools outside. So as we enter in, you're gonna see this giant pile of wood. Now, those are white wood 4x4 posts. And then we've got some regular old 2x6 behind these. And then these are 1x4 number 3 grade. Now, everything in this place is just gonna be a knotty pine with a spar clear coat. So knots are okay. Imperfections and colors are okay. That's what we want. But one of the big projects I completed was the kicks on all the steps. So as you can see, they are all done. Now, I've got some plywood stuff I've got to do, and I'll make plywood kicks for this one and for the bottom down here. But all the rest are done, as well as we got this 2x8 put on. I still have to do a piece of trim here. But what's going to happen is from that edge to this edge, there's going to be spindling all the way down with 1x4. That's for two reasons. One's to keep it puppy safe, and the other is we're about to have 2 new grandchildren, so we need to make it grandchild safe too. So as we move upstairs, you can see, like I said, all the kicks are done. We have installed our first post, which had to go through the floor. But the beautiful part of the upstairs is now all the flooring is done. So we can cross that off the list. Now I have the trim right there that I'm going to start working on trimming all around the base in here, the windows, and obviously the ceiling needs lights and trimmed. So we have a lot to do, honestly. But we are getting there. And our handrails are going to be very, very sturdy. You'll notice that I offset it from the steps. I'm trying to give our entry here as much room as possible. But all of this will be handrailed around, and all of this will be handrailed down the side, which will give us the ability to be safe up here with the pups and with our grandchildren. But now I need to take you guys downstairs and show you the biggest changes. So as we head into the kitchen, we have an island framed up. Now, we have been going back and forth on what kind of countertop we want to go with. And I did actually have to change it because you'll notice that the lights are just slightly offset. We wanted to move it this way a little bit to give us a little more room back here. But what really took some stuff and some time was this, because we have all of our cabinets in. Now, we had some bumps and bruises getting these in. I'll be honest, the quality one cabinets from Menards are not very square, especially things like Lazy Susans and corner cabinets. Now, with that said, this house is not square, so you can imagine what fun it was to try to get these all worked out. But we've got our 60-inch base cabinet, which is a sink base. We have our Lazy Susan, which does function. I've got to work with the door some more, but it is usable. We may flip the door to run the other way, but the point is we got it to work. And then we've got our above refrigerator. You will notice this is a very small refrigerator opening, so we're gonna have to go with a small refrigerator. We got our corner cabinet, which actually has a decent bit of room, but you can even tell by the shelving. These are extremely cheap cabinets. And, you know, your normal setup for your kitchen. Now you'll notice they've been run all the way up. Now my wife's really short and people would be like, why'd you do that? She wants as much room as possible, but it also creates more area above to store stuff. So she said she has no problem using a step stool to get into stuff. So I have no problem putting them up there for her. All right, so with all this done, this actually took a lot of time because I did most of this myself. My wife came in to help me do the upper cabinets here, but guys, we've just been running our heads off completely, working 12 to 16-hour days, also going out doing gig work, also, you know, trying to maintain the property and the roads. Trees have been falling in storms, the grass has been growing like there's no tomorrow. We've also been doing preparatory things because we are about to have 2 new grandchildren. So we're trying to help the kids do things and get stuff sorted with that. So it's a never-ending job, and not that I'm complaining, it's just that's the reality of it, and we have to expect that we're not going to get as much done. But I feel like we have pulled it off this month to get something down here accomplished. A lot of things buttoned up. I do need to get in here and get some work done in the kitchen because in about a week we're going to be ordering some epoxy so we can start on bigger projects in there. And of course, my poor wife, she's got clear coating to do for days. I mean, she's got all that trim to do. Everything on the stairs has to be sanded and clear coated. All of these cabinets need to be clear coated, and then the spots that are particle board need to be primed and painted. There's a lot of work about to be going on here, and I don't know how much of a jump we're gonna get next month. I mean, I hope to have the upstairs pretty much buttoned up, but we'll have to see because we probably have 20 cords of wood to bring home. I'm not kidding you guys, from this job site that we're trying to do, plus the other normal things we're trying to get done around here. So it's gonna be majorly busy, but we're getting close. And you can tell because my wife's getting super excited and starting to think about buying a couch and, well, a secondhand sectional couch, as well as other things to get moved in here. So I'm gonna start getting pushed, I'm sure. But we're moving along. I feel like this is a really good time just to take a breath and do this update so you guys can kind of see where we're at. I feel good about it. Obviously, these cabinets are not the highest grade, but I really feel like once they're sparred and painted, I mean, they're gonna work fine. They're gonna do a great job for what we need them to do. They're gonna last a long time, and they're not gonna look dated because the more sun and other things they get, the deeper, the richer the color of the wood will get, because it is like a knockoff oak. So putting spar on them to clear coat them, they're gonna have a nice hard shell coat, and they will just darken down over time and look prettier and prettier as we go. Now, I will say that next month's even busier, so I'm gonna have to push hard. But if you've made it through the video this far, thank you very much, guys. If you've been watching this series continuously about our tiny house, we appreciate it. And let me know down in the comments what you think. And hopefully next month I'll have a good showing for you. And if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have by now, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification so you see all of our upcoming videos, because we got a bunch of good ones coming down the pipe. Make sure you give us a like, comment, and we will see you in the next one. I gotta find a way to get my wife to stop spending so much money. Holy cow.